Today we're going to continue working on the midground and foreground of our picture. So this will be adding things to the bottom half now. I'm once again going to be using Sharpie just so you can see my lines easier. However, you'll want to continue using pencil, and it's always good to draw our items very lightly first, so that way we can go back and erase things easily if needed. It's also good to keep in mind we'll be using oil pastels to color this, so that will easily cover up any eraser marks or pencils that we do not choose to go back and erase. So to begin, the same rule follows with these lines we did above the horizon line. We're going to have to, in this case, either go off the bottom of our paper with a line or all the way from one side to the other. So let's go ahead and add our first little hill. Again, I want to kind of avoid just doing straight lines. I could just do that line there, creating now another area in the middle of my paper. However, once again, I can kind of come downwards off the paper too in this kind of way. And then I could even build off of areas as needed. You can add as many of these lines as you would like. Each time you do so, it's adding just yet another little layer to your scene. Now, when we go back in and add some items to these new hills we created, it's important to be thinking about that illusion of space. I mentioned that when we were working with our background, things like buildings back here would be so small, and trees too, that they almost just look like little squiggles or tiny little shapes. Now, we want to make them slowly get a little bit bigger as we come closer to the lower part of our picture. So for instance, if I was going to add some of these little tree lines in here, maybe now they are this big. And for right now, I'm going to just do some little squiggles to kind of represent that tree. If I was doing a pumpkin, however, maybe down here I could have a very large pumpkin. I'll show you kind of quick cool trick. You make a neat looking pumpkin by starting with an oval, coming down a little bit from it, adding little half ovals to each side. And if you kind of make sure to make each line kind of go down a little bit lower than the last, it will really kind of help add to this kind of three-dimensional look to it. So if I were to add some more pumpkins down here and go back and add another location for them, I want to really make sure that my largest pumpkins are here. So if I had some more back here, this is a ways away, they're now going to be about half the size. That will really help create that illusion of space. Now, you are the artist. You could have anything you would like down here. Graveyards, gates for the cemeteries, haunted houses. Any of that is perfectly fine. If you want more of that traditional Van Gogh or Spooky Go example that I showed you, you're going to want to find a spot for that really big, kind of wavy looking tree. Now, I'll show you with the oil pastels. We'll go back and kind of fine tune all of these things. But for right now, just by doing a few little squiggle lines, can kind of stand in for that tree shape that will go back. So I could leave it just as that, or I could take some time now to add a few more little finishing touches, maybe like some gravestones, zombies, any of that. Be creative and have fun.